I have older siblings, and I caught on to hip hop at 9. So I'm listening to the Locks, I'm listening to Nas, I'm listening to
Mm,
DMX. You know what I mean? Rough Riders, like that whole movement, the Diplomats. I'm listening to all this different stuff, and today it's a little different. You know what I mean? It's like a
yeah,
different playing field. So you know where everything is so, I don't want to say dance heavy, but like
yeah.
a lot of the music today is meant to make you dance instead of like actually listening to. So it's, which I'm cool with the dancing shit. I'm not somebody who's like, yo, fuck that side. I'm like, yo, it's necessary for hip hop. You need everything to coexist.
For
So
sure.
um
Me, like I love dancing myself. I love drinking
uh-huh.
and going out with like my friends. And the music comes on, I'll you know I'll
Yeah, you
bust
get
some
your
shit.
little you get your little
But like
moves on.
I'll bust out some moves. But like I'm not like 24/7. You know, like I might
Exactly.
want to listen to Nas when I'm on the bus going to work or something like that. You know?
Exactly. It's a vibe thing, and that's the beautiful thing about hip hop. That's what I'm saying. Like my man's put me in tune. This was like 2 3 years ago. This is when like that drill scene really hit New York,
Yeah,
and he put me on Pop Smoke first, and I remember
yeah,
like being like, this shit is different. Like, you know what I mean? So you got to adjust your ear to different things in hip hop, but eventually, there's a time and a place. I find myself like doing workouts listening to it, but when I'm like in my own zone and I won't turn it on, I'll put on something else. So it's like there's always a vibe in hip hop. It's all necessary. You know.
for sure, for sure. Do you find yourself listening to hip hop like a lot, or like me, like I do listen to hip hop a lot, but like sometimes I'll just throw on some Bob Marley, or
Mm,
or sometimes I'll just throw on some R&B. You
yep.
know, do you find like yourself listening to like other kind of genres a lot, or
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like you have to listen to everything. You can't
yeah,
just be like hip hop, like because it's a lot of music out there. So, besides hip hop, I find myself always drifting into like the psychedelic rock world. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
grunge. Like I be fucking with the Melvins and not necessarily Nirvana. Like Nirvana obviously is up there, everybody knows them, but I try to find these bands that are like more low key to get into it. You know what I mean? Like Mudhoney and shit like that. Just anything heavy and hard. The only thing genre that I kind of like, I give it a listen every now and then is country, but I can't really catch a vibe because I can't relate to it. You know what I mean? I don't have a farm in my backyard. I'm from a city, so it's like it's like,
yeah.
you know
Uh,
what I mean? I can't
there
really
was a
feel it.
guy, I think it was last year or the year before. I think it was the year before, 2019. There was this guy, RMR. He put out this record. It sounded very country, but like the lyrics were very like hip hop. Like he had like an AK-47 in his hand in the video, and he was saying "fuck the cops" and shit like that. And I was like, "Yo, this guy's hip hop out, but like fucking, it sounds like some country shit."
Yeah, yo, but this was funny, yo. I've always, in comparison, because hip hop, when you look at music and everything, hip hop, the lyrics and all that shit comes from, if I'm not mistaken, blues, right? Like the
Yeah,
fucking 12 bar blues. So, like, country also, I feel like country and rap, that's why I feel like it's cousins because they use the bar schemes too. It's just not the same content in a way.
well, I've actually said this on the show before, but I'll say it again. Um, Country and rap are like pretty much like the opposites of each other for if you listen to a country song,
Hmm.
like they start off with everything and then
Mm.
and they lose everything. In the hip hop song, we start off with like nothing, and like
Get something.
when we get something out of it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So like it's like country and rap are kind of like going like the opposite way.
Exactly. Exactly, yo.
You you, you,
Here's the thing.
you know, be like good for like people featuring together, like have like the hip hop on one side of the song and have the country on the when they feature together,
Hmm.
so that it doesn't go all the way one way, you know?
Exactly, yo. I mean, like whatever people may think, but Little Nas X, he found a trap country vibe that, it's different, but it moves. You know what I mean? It moved people. So, you can't really. That's what I'm saying. Like propelling the culture into another level is what this shit's all about. Whether or not people hate the music or not, it's still putting hip hop in a different light and a different atmosphere. Which is always good. it keeps it alive for the culture and everything. You know.
For sure. Like when I was a young kid, um, I wasn't right into hip hop like at first. I was a fan of like Nirvana,
Mhm.
Pantera, Korn.
Okay.
I had the Korn their Family Values VHS, and
Ooh,
I had the VHS. Yeah, yeah, I'm old.
ooh, VA nine. I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah. I had the VHS, but when I watched that tour, Cube was on there, Ice Cube, and then like the song Wicked, I heard like oh, that was Cube's song first. I'm like, because like I heard it, I was a fan of the Korn version.
Uh-huh.
So then I was like, oh, that's something like I'm like, yo, I need to start checking out this guy Cube. So like I started checking out all this shit, and then like after that, I was like, I like this hip hop shit. Like, so I started listening to more. I started listening to Dre. I started listening to Snoop, and then
Okay.
I listened to the whole like West Coast thing. And then a buddy of mine had brought over like a bunch of mixtapes he burnt like on like CDs, and
Yeah,
like
he sure did.
he had a Nas one, he had a Biggie one, he had a Gangstar one. And like,
Okay.
I started listening to all that, and I'm like, oh shit. So then, like after that, I was like, it's a wrap. I'm like, this is the main shit I'm listening to now. You
Uh-huh.
know?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
bro. See, that's the beautiful thing about music, man. It's all tied down. Like people can hate on hip hop as a culture, but and hip hop culture can hate on other genres, but it's all music, man. It's all tied together. There's always something and something that makes something. Like even if you look back at Run DMC when they was on, who did they put back on? It was like Walk This Way. They like
Aerosmith.
you said Aerosmith, exactly, exactly. So like, you know, it's and in hip hop it's sample heavy. We sample every fucking thing. So it's like, it it complements each other. It's music.
For
So
sure.
it's beautiful. It's nice to hear you talk about the transition of how you got into it. That's dope as fuck though, straight up.
Yeah, yeah. I was just listening. I was just watching that VHS, and I was like that part came on. I was like, oh shit. You know?
And then you hook. Next thing you know, you listen to this shit like every day.
Exactly.
Straight up.
Exactly.